ELA. I'm going to continue on with making a couple videos with some materials that I've been locating and receiving from DESE. As we're getting to the middle of the year, or kind of the middle of the calendar year, we're really starting to think about ways that our kids are practicing these test-like situations. And there's some new stuff that MoLeap sent our way. If you've ever seen the MoLeap blocks that are on the DESE website, I have a folder that's kind of got it all in one place. So I was going to make this video in preparation for our upcoming PD and have you explore this folder. So let me just model what's inside the folder a little bit. And I would like to ask you a few questions that I hope you will respond to. I'm going to try to attach a Google form and have these same kind of areas of thought. So when you watch this video, you can take some notes or you could have that Google form pulled up and just kind of be answering these questions as it happens. You could pause what I'm asking you to think about and then go to the next one, or you guys could watch the whole video through and, facilitate however you wanted to do as a team. So let me start that. You'll see right here, I'm going to go share my screen, and I have a little folder on my screen that has MoLeap blocks. So I'm just going to open that folder, except it went way over here to one of my other screens. So I'm going to try to bring it back. And really, there's just not a lot to explain here, but I want you to just see that we have a folder that has from third all the way through 9 and 10, and kind of some abbreviated, like at least it's not as big as it is when you go to the DESE website. So I think this could be helpful. You'll see there's only 4 main documents here for 6th grade. When you open it up let's get this taskbar out of the way. When you open it up for 7, you'll see that you have, again, 4 main documents. And then in grade 8, again, 4 main documents. So if you were to talk about using these in PLC, or just, as the year continues on, then I think that would be a great place to just sink your teeth into these. What I would like you to think about, let's just open one from grade 7. You'll see 9 and 10 are way up here, English 1 and 2, right? And from what I gather, there's materials that serve both. And looks like adequate to do one set with 9 and one set with 10, but they're both labeled to be for 9 or 10 either. So it's hard to say if the Poe material would be more 9 than the thing about resilient America. And then there's another one about Southern Gothic literature. The first one is about artificial intelligence. It's pretty interesting. Let's open that one as an example. Okay, and you'll see it's like a big packet. That's why there's only a couple links. But in this packet, it has the readings, and you can see they're labeled like source 1. And then there's not just one. This is part of what I want you to think about. There's 2, there's 3, there's 4, and I think there's even a 5th one here. And you can see that there's a 6th one. It's a chart. Okay, and so all those are kind of smaller, but still, as a total, they add up to quite a bit of reading material. But you can see that each item is a little bit smaller. Sorry for all this scrolling, but that way you can kind of see the conclusions that I'm drawing. I think also when you go to the teacher's guide version of this that I looked at yesterday, let me see if I can find that one. This looks like it says artificial intelligence final. The teacher's notes. What I was kind of excited to see is some of the design elements that I want you to look at and see if you see any similarities between these MoLeap blocks and our curriculum design at KCPS. Again, you'll notice that a lot of these standards are our focus. And when it has this little star, they're indicating, like we have in the past, that it's on the list of priority standards. It looks like there are a couple that you might want to make sure we find ways to practice, like RI1C is about charts and graphs. But I do notice when I'm here that I see that there are essential questions. So basically, all of these 5, would we say 6 readings, all the sources, are all going to explore these same essential questions in different ways. And so that does remind me a little bit of our curricular design and the way that kids are reading multiple smaller but still fairly good size text that are all about a common essential question and then asked to write about that essential question using more than one of the sources that were provided. Oftentimes it's three or more. So that's why there's multiple sources in this practice packet, is that some students may be accustomed to using different particular sources based on the way that they read it or connected with it or found it useful, meaningful, relevant. That works because then we're essentially reading multiples and having students make a choice, and then they have to explain in a little bit of why they made those choices if you're working on it together instead of just doing them all. So that could be helpful also. Okay, so really these are pretty interesting and not all the way new, but I think the folder that I got from going to a PD um, is something that maybe not everybody would have access to. So I want to make sure that our KCPS folks do. And you can, access these. I'm going to send these out very soon, along with this video to explain how to use them. All right. Thanks for watching, and I hope this is useful.